Day, Chapter 32, The Key. Monday morning, Karina, Daria, and I walk from the middle school to Olympia Elementary. I tell them all about finding baby at the Humane Society and what the lady, Tamara, said. They'll adopt him out to someone else in 2 weeks if we can't figure out a way to get baby and Jewel together. And then they'll never see each other again. Daria nods. My mother's biggest fear was that if the police or somebody found out that we were living in our van, they'd take me and my baby sister away from her. That would have been terrible, I say. I can't imagine being taken away from Mama and Daddy. Karina clears her throat. We had to give up our dog to move into Hope House. I stop in my tracks. Really? She nods and looks down at her shoes. I think that was the worst part of losing our apartment and ending up there, giving up Peaches. I miss her every day. I squeeze her hand. Then you know how important it is that Jewel doesn't lose baby. Karina nods. We'll figure something out. I know we can. Me too, Daria says in her whispery voice. Karina throws her shoulders back as we walk across the schoolyard, looking like the Karina who leads Troop 423. I can see the wheels of a plan turning behind her eyes. I think plan making is Karina's superpower. Just before we get to the front doors, she says, okay, here's what we're going to do. After my mom gets home from work, I'm going to borrow her phone and try calling some of those phone numbers in Jewel's book. Before Karina can give her an assignment, Daria says, I'm going to do some more research on the computer. Piper, she asks, remind me, what was Jewel's last name? Knight. Right, she says, writing it down on a piece of paper. The bell rings. Piper, your job is to figure out what that key of Jewel's goes to, Karina says. Geez, I don't know, I say, shrugging. That's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Karina bumps me with her hip. You can do it. You're a firefly girl. Lunchtime, I grab my food and hurry over to our table in the corner. I only half listen to Jerome and Noah talk about tryouts for track. All morning, most of my brain space has been taken up with that mysterious key and why the heck Jewel and baby came all the way out here from Kentucky in the first place. I remember how endless that bus ride was from Texas and how scary and confusing it was when we got out at the bus station. I gasp. A chill runs over me. Country-wide bus station. Everybody stops talking and looks at me like I've gone crazy. I grab Karina's arm. CWS. The key. Countrywide bus station. Karina nods. That could be right. I can see the wheels working behind her brown eyes. That could totally be right. Okay, Jerome says. You've lost me here. What's the deal? Quickly, I fill them in on the story of baby and Jewel. On the key, it says CWS3, number 25, I explain. We figured the number 25 is a locker number, but we didn't know what CWS stood for. Until now. Noah nods. I think you're right. I know some bus stations have lockers. But what does the number 3 mean? Luz asks. We look at each other, brains puzzling and puzzling. Noah gives me a shy sideways look. I know which station number 3 is. Really? He nods. Me and my big brother came in at that station a few months ago from LA. For a second, he doesn't say anything. Then he says, we had to leave some stuff in a couple of lockers there until we found a place to stay over at the Road Home Shelter. It's pretty far away, he says. It's at the south end of the city. We'd need to take the subway there. I stand up. I say we go there. Let's see what's in that locker. Karina blinks. Now? Well, no, I say, sitting back down. After school. Karina shakes her head. I can't. I have to babysit my sister after school. I look at Jerome. He frowns. Tryouts for track are after school today. I really want to go. Noah, please say you can go. I've never ridden on a subway. The thought of it makes me kind of sick. I catch a ghost of a smile on Noah's face. Sure. Great, I say with relief, but I'll need to stop by home first and get the locker key. Les's eyes gleam with excitement. I bet she's got $1 million stashed in that locker, enough to buy a big house for her and baby. Karina laughs. And maybe she'd let us all live with her? Jerome snorts. If she had $1 million, why would she be living in a park in the winter? I know Jerome's right. I just hope, like everything, there's something in that locker to help Jewel, to tell us who she is.